like I said, today's show I'm going to talk about the art of shutting the hell up. Right now, we have a lot of men out here in the game that just talk too goddamn much. And I noticed this. I was at the gym the other day, and I was on a treadmill. You know, the treadmills, everybody's on the treadmill with each other. And there was this young lady and this young black dude next to me, and he was running his goddamn mouth. I guess he was trying to spit game at this chick. But he ran his mouth for like 30, 45 minutes non-stop about some of the most asinine nonsense imaginable. And I wanted to just grab him and say, hey, shut the fuck up. You messing your game up. A lot of times when I'm out and I see people miss spitting, I kind of want to get them and shake them, but I just sit back, fall back, and observe. But I really wanted to tap this guy on the shoulder and be like, no, you're doing it all wrong. And the woman was clearly just being polite but disinterested. And that happens a lot of times with a lot of my players out there. When it comes to spitting game at ladies, you think that you have to say a whole bunch of fly shit in order to get your point across, or you think that your words are going to somehow impress these women if you just keep running your mouth nonstop. It don't work like that. A lot of times, you players talk yourself out of the game. And this is happening a lot with black dudes. See, white dudes, y'all talk a lot. White dudes, y'all be talking about some bullshit, but you are tactful. White dudes kind of know when to shut the fuck up. But the brothers nowadays, which is very odd for American black men, because that's not Americans black men's stilo. This is like a new generational thing of brothers talking too goddamn much. See, the thing is, remember back in the day, black men were the epitome of cool. The term cool was directly applied to black African American men. As a matter of fact, if you know an older black man, like 50 plus, if you know an old black, which is very rare, you don't see too many old black men around. But if you know an old black dude like 60, 70, 80 years old, I guarantee you that's one of the coolest motherfuckers you would ever meet. There's nothing cooler than an old black dude. Being cool was an art form, and it was also a survival tactic. In slavery, black people had to really, especially black men, had to learn how to control their emotions and control their tempers when dealing with white oppressors, because you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or fly off at the handle, you get killed or beaten or whatever. So a lot of black men had to take on the survival trait of just being cool, keeping a level head, putting your emotions in check, hiding your real feelings. And a lot of black men use that as an art form. That became a part of the black man's personality, being cool, not letting things faze him, keeping a level head, being smooth with it. That was the epitome of also being a player, being cool, knowing how to deal with not just people in business, but dealing with women the same way. All the players, the Macs, the pimps became the physical embodiment of cool, and everybody wanted to be that because they seemed totally in control of their surroundings and everything around them. And that stilo, that swagger was passed on from different generations of men. They passed it down to their sons passed it down to their sons. Now the thing is now, because we have so many brothers who were raised by single mothers, that trait has been weeded out of the DNA of a lot of brothers now. Because a lot of dudes sit up with these single mothers, and your mama ran her goddamn mouth all the time, and you think that you're supposed to run your mouth all the time. And that's not the business. Brothers are starting to talk too goddamn much, misrepresenting the game, saying dumb shit, and a lot of brothers are getting themselves in trouble. Know when to shut the hell up. A lot of times when you're dealing with women, macking is all about reacting. It's all about saying the right responses to what she's saying. That makes your game fly. Making yourself a quick thinker. See, that's the secret. You walking up thinking that you're saying some fly shit, you're going to win somebody over. It's not the business. And a lot of black men now think that they can hustle everybody. You think that you're going to say some real fly shit and hustle them and scam them, and the shit really don't work. Especially when you're dealing with women. Women can see you past your bullshit a mile away. That's why a lot of brothers are reduced to dealing with like hood rats now, because hood rats, they don't give a fuck. Your shit is like blah, 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 blah. All they're doing is waiting on you to pass the weed. So it's an art form to shutting the hell up. When you deal with women, everything is reactionary. Your goal is to get the woman to talk, to get her in a comfort zone, and you react appropriately to that. That's the main part of the game. But brothers are really talking too goddamn much, talking too inappropriately, talking at the wrong time. It also goes back to being oppressed. See, a lot of black people have been oppressed, and black folks really, for the most part, a lot of black folks don't have a platform to get their point across, a platform to express themselves. And when you don't have a platform to really express yourself, you'll do it any way necessary. You ever notice, and this is a real big complaint that people have about black folks, black folks talk in the goddamn movies all the time, which is totally true. It's kind of like a stereotype, but it's very fucking true. And it's annoying as hell. Black folks love talking in a goddamn movie theater, which is the most irritating, aggravating thing imaginable. I hate going to the movies. Everything is quiet. Then all of a sudden somebody yelling out, "Darnell!" Oh, fuck. Because these brothers are desperate to be the center of attention, to be in the spotlight. So what they do, especially at the movies, when they're talking in the movie theater, they're going there and they're just hijack everybody's ears, which is a very selfish bitch ass thing to do. Desperate for attention, desperate to be in the spotlight. Cut that shit out. That's a feminine characteristic. I can understand women doing it, which is very tasteless, but when dudes do it, that's a really bitch move. And for the record, brothers, shut the fuck up at the movies. I hate when you niggas are talking in the movies, because white folks are looking at me like, can you tell them to be quiet? Like, I don't know these niggas. I'm more offended than you. You don't have to be desperate for attention. Get a hobby or something. Learn a trade, or a way to express yourself. Don't just hijack people's attention spans because you've been oppressed. Black folks really have to stop doing that, and it's gotten worse over the generation. I mean, black folks have always done that bullshit, but now it's getting a million times worse. You can't be in niggas be on the phone at the movie theaters, running their goddamn mouths like they're at home. Niggas are on the phone. Yeah, nigga, this movie's on the hook, nigga. I got me some popcorn. They ain't have no Skittles, though. Oh, damn, Vin Diesel just shot 3 niggas. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's a very selfish thing to do. And that's another reason why a lot of black dudes are in jail now for not knowing how to shut the fuck up. A lot of brothers in jail now for running their goddamn mouths. You do a crime, and instead of sitting back, chilling, going out of state or going out the country, you go back to your hood bragging about what the fuck you did. and other talking ass niggas who got a big mouth like you are running their mouths, and their friends are running their mouths, and everybody in the hood knows what's up. Now, you done made the whole block hot because the cops are looking for your dumb ass because everybody's telling on you, trying to get some reward money off your dumb ass. Shut the hell up, fellas. Not only are these niggas doing crimes and running around in the hood talking and telling what they did, niggas on some dumb shit now where they get on YouTube telling about what crime they did. You always see some dumb nigga on YouTube with a chain. Yeah, I stole this chain from Chingy, nigga. Sit your dumb ass down and shut the hell up. Stop making your whole hood hot. Because real hustlers, real dudes who are cool and level-headed, they're trying to lay low. They can't lay low with the cops swarming the hood looking for some dumb, loudmouth ass nigga who ain't got no hustle skills running his mouth like a bitch. Shut the hell up. It's an art form. Also, when niggas get caught, and I've talked about this on those shows, First 48, all that, when cats get caught, they get in that interrogation room and start snitching on themselves. On those shows, the cops will say, man, if he don't confess, we're going to have to let him go. Which I'm not trying to give any of you dumb career criminals any ideas, because if you do some real foul shit, you should go to jail. A lot of criminals aren't the smartest motherfuckers on the planet. But just don't be so stupid. If you're too stupid to commit a crime, just don't do it. Get a job at Walmart. And I've talked about this many times before. Cats who do crimes, they'll get in the interrogation room, and instead of shutting up, which is what you should always do if you ever harassed or contacted by the police, you never talk to the police. Even if you're innocent, you don't talk to the police. If you get in that room, you don't say shit because you don't know what they're trying to pin on you. And I'm telling you from experience, I've dealt with many cops before trying to hustle me out of information. I don't tell them shit. We'll argue for an hour about what my name is. I ain't telling them shit. Because you don't know what they're trying to pin on you. Any kind of discrepancy in what you say, they will use that against you. That's what they say when they read you your Miranda rights. Everything you say can and will be held against you. Shut the fuck up. The cops are indirectly telling you to shut the fuck up. Because by law, they have to kind of tell you to shut the fuck up. But again, you niggas have a desire to get your information out. You want your voice to be heard. You feel like you have to try to hustle your way out of it. You're not going to hustle your way out of any situation. If you ever get caught by the cops and they got you in that room, there's nothing you are going to say to get yourself out of it. If they got you in a room trying to put charges on you, there's nothing you can say to get out of it. The best thing you can do is shut the hell up. That's the only way you'll probably get out of it, is just keeping your goddamn mouth shut. That's hustle rule number 1. And again, don't use this to commit crimes or do no dumb shit, but just on some hustle shit. Because there's a whole bunch of brothers in jail for 10, 15 years who didn't do it. But they got in this room and they start running their goddamn mouths and the cops pin shit on them. No matter how small it is, the cops act like they're trying to help you. They're not trying to help you. Everything they're doing is compiling information against you. They might say, do you know this girl named Linda Jones? Like, I don't know no goddamn Linda Jones. And that's a very innocent response, but they'll take you to court and have a picture of you and some girl that you met at a club about 10 years ago that you forgot about. And they're like, well, this is a picture of you and Linda Jones. You lied to the cops and you ass out. They're chipping away at your credibility. You have to think like that. That's how they think. So that's why you just shut the fuck up when it comes to dealing with cops, and not just cops. I'm using that as an example, but just in general. when you deal with women, don't try to hustle them and impress them with your words. Don't try to make yourself seem like the most interesting person in the world. I'm a producer, I'm a director, I'm a this, I'm a that, bragging about yourself, because that makes you look desperate. That puts her in a position of power, because now you're doing a horse and pony show for the woman. You're trying to impress the woman. She's become the psychiatrist and you've become the patient, which puts you in an inferior position. So you keep your mouth shut. The tactic is to have the woman trying to convince you to get with her, not the other way around. And when you're running your mouth all the time, it's like you're trying to convince the woman to get with you. It's almost like you're begging. So all my players out there, please remember, keeping your mouth shut is an art form. It's a lost art form that a lot of us don't use no more. A lot of you don't use no more.